Shimla's witch Stepwell. Some say the Stepwell in Shimla was cursed centuries ago. They say anyone who hears the witch's whispers never makes it out alive. Tonight you'll hear the story of Maya, a girl who ventured too close to the cursed waters and uncovered a dark secret she was never meant to find. The story. Shimla, nestled in the heart of the Himalayas, has always been a land of beauty and mystery. But beyond its picturesque hills and charming towns lies a chilling legend that locals speak of in hushed tones, the witch's Stepwell. Maya was a simple girl, born and raised in a small village just a few miles from Shimla. Her village, Kanpur Danda, was surrounded by dense forests and narrow trails that led to nowhere. Maya was different from the other villagers. While most avoided the ominous forest paths, Maya was drawn to them. She loved the silence, the rustling of leaves and the whispers of the wind. But there was one place she had never dared to go, the Stepwell hidden deep in the woods. The Stepwell had been there for centuries, forgotten and abandoned. Locals believed it was cursed, a place where a witch had been drowned long ago by the villagers. Her spirit, they claimed, still lingered, luring the unsuspecting with soft whispers and strange visions. One rainy evening, Maya sat by the fire in her small wooden house, listening to the elders tell stories about the Stepwell. Her curiosity piqued when an old man recounted, "The witch's whispers can only be heard by those with a pure heart. She chooses them, for reasons only she knows." Maya scoffed. "Pure heart or not, it's just an old story. There's no such thing as witches." Her mother shot her a warning look. "Don't mock what you don't understand, Maya. That Stepwell has claimed many lives. Promise me you'll never go near it." Maya nodded absent-mindedly, but couldn't shake the growing curiosity gnawing at her. The next morning, Maya's chores led her to the edge of the forest. The rain had stopped, and the sun broke through the clouds, casting an ethereal glow on the wet earth. As she gathered firewood, a strange sound reached her ears, a faint hum, almost like someone singing. She froze, straining to listen. The sound seemed to be coming from deep within the woods, near the Stepwell. Despite the warnings, something inside her compelled her to follow the sound. She dropped the firewood and ventured deeper into the forest, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement. After what felt like hours, she stumbled upon it, the Stepwell. It was more massive than she had imagined, its stone walls covered in moss and vines. The water at the bottom was dark and still, reflecting the cloudy sky above. But what caught her attention were the carvings on the walls. Strange symbols, almost like runes, seemed to pulse faintly in the dim light. As she approached the edge, the humming grew louder, transforming into whispers. Her name. They were whispering her name. "Maya, come closer." She felt a chill run down her spine, but couldn't move away. It was as if an invisible force was pulling her closer to the edge. She leaned over, staring into the dark water. Suddenly, a face appeared in the reflection. A pale, gaunt face with hollow eyes and a twisted smile. Maya gasped and stumbled back, but the whispers grew louder, more insistent. When she returned home, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Shadows seemed to move on their own, and the once comforting sound of the wind now felt ominous. That night, she dreamed of the Stepwell. In her dream, the witch emerged from the water, her bony fingers reaching out, her voice echoing, "You are mine now, Maya." The next day, Maya tried to convince herself it was just her imagination, but strange things began happening. Her reflection in the mirror didn't move in sync with her, and she often heard faint whispers when she was alone. The final straw came when she found muddy footprints leading from her door to her bed, though she hadn't left the house all day. She confided in her best friend Aarav, who was skeptical but agreed to help her. "We'll go back to the Stepwell," he said. "Maybe there's a logical explanation for all this." That evening, armed with flashlights and a sense of dread, they ventured into the forest together. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe to Jitsa Story YouTube channel for more spine-chilling tales like this one. When they reached the Stepwell, the atmosphere was different. The air was heavy, and the forest seemed unnaturally silent. As they approached the edge, Aarav froze. "Do you hear that?" he whispered. Maya nodded. The whispers were louder now, almost deafening. They peered into the stepwell, and to their horror, the water began to ripple violently, though there was no wind. Aarav grabbed Maya's arm. "We need to leave. Now." But before they could move, a hand shot out of the water, gripping Maya's ankle. She screamed as the bony fingers pulled her closer to the edge. Aarav tried to pull her back, but the force was too strong. Desperate, he grabbed a rock and hurled it into the water. The hand released her, and they stumbled back, panting. The whispers turned into an angry roar as the water began to bubble and churn. A figure rose from the depths, a woman with long, matted hair, her hollow eyes glowing with malice. "You should not have come here," she hissed. The friends turned and ran, the witch's laughter echoing behind them. When they finally reached the village, they realized something was wrong. The streets were deserted and the houses seemed older, almost decayed. It was as if they had stepped into another time. They ran to Maya's house, only to find it abandoned, covered in dust and cobwebs. A calendar on the wall read January 1925. "Maya," Aarav whispered, his voice trembling. "We didn't just escape the witch. She brought us back to her time." Maya's heart sank as the whispers returned, louder than ever. The witch wasn't done with them yet. Some legends are better left buried, but for Maya and Aarav, the curse of the witch's stepwell is just beginning.